All right, we just learned how to change numerical expressions into phrases or words. So now we are going to do the opposite. We are going to start with a phrase and write them as numerical expressions, like this. Just like before, there is more than one correct answer often. A few key things we want to remember. The word then is very important as it tells us the order in which things are going to happen. So using our knowledge of order of operations and PEMDAS, we can write this as a numerical expression. So first, subtract 7 from 12, which means we start with 12, subtract 7. Then, it says then, so this has to be done first, so we need parentheses, then we could multiply by 4. Now remember, there are a few ways to show multiplication. So another way that this could correctly be written is 12 minus 7 in parentheses with a 4 right in front, which also means multiply. Some expressions could be very simple. More than, we know, means addition. So 8 plus 13. This could also be 13 plus 8. No parentheses necessary for this one. All right, I want you to pause the video a second and see if you can write this one as a numerical expression. All right, so I would write 4 subtracted from 8, then add 9. Again, pause your video, see if you can write this as a numerical expression. 24 divided by 6, then multiply by 9. And of course you could write times 9 at the end, but I want us to get used to seeing multiplication when we have a number next to parentheses. All right, divide the difference between 20 and 5 by 3. This gets a little more complicated because we have two operation words right away. Divide the difference between 20 and 5 by 3. So first we need to do the difference of 20 and 5 divided by 3. And remember, all of our answers are going to be whole numbers. So you could check, and if you divided by something that did not give you a whole number, you could try again. The quotient of 45 and 5 minus 7. Pause the video. Try this one on your own. Remember, quotient is division. So 45 divided by 5 first, and then minus 7. Now, we could add parentheses here, but order of operation tells us to divide anyway before we subtract. So with or without parentheses, this would be correct. Divide 42 and 7, then subtract the sum of 2 and 3. All right, I see 3 operation words: divide, subtract, and sum. So we need to figure out which numbers to use for each operation and the order. If I read it, I see divide 42 and 7. That's the first thing I see, so that's the first thing I'm going to write. Then, so I'm going to do parentheses, subtract the sum. So I'm going to subtract, but what am I going to subtract? The sum of 2 and 3. Divide 42 and 7, then subtract the sum. Putting it all together. All right, I want you to try this one on your own. Pause the video. Double the sum of 4 and 6, then divide by 2. Now I know to double something means to take it times 2, but first I need the sum of 4 and 6. I'm going to double that, take it times 2, and then I'm going to divide by 2. All right, I want you to pause the video here and see if you can figure out which of the phrases on the left match which expression on the right. So I have 5 phrases and 5 expressions. See if you can match them up. All right, here are the answers matched up. How did you do? All right, the next thing you're going to do is do interactive notebook page 5, which should look something like this. Every one of these and these 3 at the bottom are all flaps. You're going to glue down the tabs. You're going to glue down this part and then each of these top parts and write your answers underneath all of the flaps. When you have all the answers done, you will look at my interactive notebook to check your work.